I live in India, and if you measure growth in terms of the amount of money that is flowing, yes, we've never had so much money before. Where does the money go? On the top, in the hands of a few. India is growing in terms of the numbers of cars on our streets. Does every Indian get a car? No. When my dad used to have a fourth-hand Austin when we were little kids, he was among the 4% of India that owned a car. The car population of India has exploded. It's still 4% that own cars, but now every family that is rich owns 5 to 6 cars. The super rich own about 20. The richest man of India, who is the 4th richest man of the world, has built a house of 36 stories, of which 4 stories are only car parks. So if you look at cars, you look at profits, you look at billionaires, India is growing. But it is growing tragically in another way that should not grow. In this period of high growth in the last 15 years, India achieved the tragedy of becoming the capital of hunger. We have more hungry people than Africa today. Brazil, with zero hunger, reduced its malnutrition. In India, the malnutrition is so extreme that every 4th Indian is hungry, and every 2nd child is so severely malnourished that they are stunted and wasted. This means half of India and its future is being closed. Because when you're stunted as a baby, your brain will never function. When you're wasted as a 6-month-old, your body will never grow strong enough to do physical work. So you're being mentally, intellectually, and physically crippled. This is the period of growth in which the profits of the seed industry grew tremendously. And of course, on cash registers, that growth shows. But it's the period where our biodiversity disappeared and 250,000 of our Indian farmers committed suicide. It's a period where the violence against women has increased. It's a period where the land of the tribal and the peasant is being grabbed through violence, unimaginable violence, where entire military forces, paramilitary forces are being deployed to help the global industry, which wants the coal and iron ore and bauxite of India, to remove the original inhabitants, even though our constitution guarantees that the first right to decide what will happen with their resources belongs to the indigenous tribal people. This was a constitutional amendment made in 1994, and it is called the Law for Self-Rule. So the constitution is being violated, ecological, environmental rights are being violated, human rights to food are being violated, our rivers are dying, the sacred Ganga is dying. We have growth along the Ganga, but it's the growth of pollution. It's the growth of cities pouring their waste, the growth of industry, killing the river. So when we measure growth, it is vital that we measure the growth of nature, the growth of our rivers, the growth of our soils, the growth of our children. A measurement of growth that ignores what's happening to the future generations and our very survival base in the resources of seed and soil and water and our forests is a distorted growth. And India's growth, sadly, has had a very, very high price for both nature and people in India.